Hello.
So today we are going to do our review of the Norwegian Bliss.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the things we liked about the ship, things we didn't like about the ship, not about our experience in Alaska, but our experience on the ship. Our experience in Alaska will be a different video because that was awesome.
Yes. Well, first of all, I loved the ship.
Yeah, I can't, I'll have one complaint. We're going to save that to the end. But overall, it was a beautiful ship. The layout was fantastic. I want to say that my favorite thing on the ship was the observation deck. Would you agree with me on that?
Observation deck was definitely one of my favorite things too, just because that was the first time we got to see anything like that before. The floor to ceiling panoramic view of the windows, or the floor to ceiling windows, all the way panoramic to look out and see all that was absolutely stunning.
Yeah, so this ship was built with Alaska in mind. So if you look at the hull art, it's got the whales, it's got the Alaska feel to it. So whenever this ship was designed, that observation lounge is really what went into part of our decision and part of a lot of people's decision to choose this ship for Alaska. Because when we were starting to look for Alaska, we were looking at the different ships, the different options that we had, and I will tell you the observation lounge was
definitely one of the factors, major deciding factors on us choosing that ship for sure.
Yep. All right, so let's break down a few things about the ship. Let's talk about the layout of the ship, because we've had issues with layouts before. Did you feel that the layout and the flow of the ship was good?
I think so, and the reason I say that is because you know, I had been on the Breakaway, and then we had a overnight trip on the Joy. So I've gotten used to or more familiar with that layout. So I think because of that, it felt like it flowed more, just because I was used to it.
Right. I think we had such issues when we first got on the Breakaway because we were used to a Carnival layout. Once you get used to the Norwegian layout, all of their ships are very similar. And I think that there were things that I really liked about this ship. I liked that all of the kids' stuff was down on deck 5. The kids found that convenient. So the entourage was right next to the arcade, and then down the hall is the rest of the kids' clubs, which we didn't utilize. But I think that was a good flow, having all that together instead of having it here, there, and everywhere on the ship.
Yeah.
I thought the pool deck layout was really good. There's 2 pools, and they weren't huge, but they weren't small pools either.
No, they weren't.
And we were there, and we were in Alaska, obviously, so we didn't swim. But if you took this ship, you know, somewhere else in the world, then I think there's ample space up there for on the pool deck.
Yeah, most definitely. Plenty of room. Plenty of room for sure.
Yeah, and then from the pool deck, you've got the kids' splash pad, and then the slides, one on either side of the pool deck. So I thought the layout there was pretty good too.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree.
And I like that the garden cafe is forward on deck 16, and then midship is Lido, so you can walk out of Garden Cafe. There is outdoor seating, so you can go get your food, bring it outside. So I thought the layout and the flow of everything was really good. Laser tag and the go-kart are up on the very, very high decks. We did learn something interesting about laser tag. So the laser tag sits on top of Haven. And our boys, during being part of Entourage, did laser tag late one night. And well, the people in the Haven complained because of the noise, and it shut them down. So we did notice on the Encore they have moved laser tag. So, you know, maybe that's not the ideal spot for laser tag. But if you play during the day, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. One thing I'll say that I really, really love about NCL is their shows. They do Broadway shows, literally Broadway shows, and they are top notch. They have great actors, and they are done professionally. It is amazing the shows that they have.
It really is. So on the Bliss, you're gonna see Jersey Boys, and you're gonna see 6. We did miss 6, and I was very bummed out about that.
It was a real late show, and we just got tired.
It just didn't. We should have gone earlier, but whatever. We missed 6. Jersey Boys is the best show we've ever seen.
It's really, really good.
We sat in the front row. We were captivated. We we didn't want the show to end. I mean, that never happens usually because the shows are an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes. That's a long time for a show to sit still in one spot with no drinks because they do not serve drinks during the show.
However, you can get them beforehand and bring them with you. Or, you know, you can get up in the middle of the show, go to the bar, the atrium bar, grab you a drink and come back into the show if you want to do that, but you may miss some of the show.
Right, but there isn't bar service during the show. And at first we're like, well, why not? And then when you think about it, it would really disrupt the show if you had bartenders or wait staff trying to get in and out, trying to give people drinks. So I'm okay with that. Once you understand why they don't do it, I'm okay with it.
Go to the bar and stock up, stuff them in your purses, in your pockets, whatever, and hit the show.
There are cup holders in there, so you can bring a couple of drinks and put one in each cup holder and make it through the show. But as far as the caliber of entertainment, and also I'll say when he's talking about just the quality of what they put in. The cast of Jersey Boys only does Jersey Boys. The cast of Six only does Six. The Beatles, what are they called? The Liverpool Beatles. That's all they do. So it's not like they're trying to do double duty in learning this show and learning that show. They have one focus and they do it great.
They do one thing, they do that one show, and they do it right. They do it perfect. And that's the way it should be. And it really shows. They were fantastic. Like, that was the first time I wanted the show not to end. Usually it's like, oh, it's an hour and a half. I'm ready to get out of here. Man, that show was fantastic.
Yeah, and even after the show, we just kind of stood around and talked about how great the show was.
I did not want to leave that show.
Yeah. So I hate that we missed Six. If you go on the Bliss, be sure and see Six because it's supposed to be a fantastic show. It just didn't work out for us. Let's talk about the Beatles. Okay, so they have the Cavern Club at sea. They have a Beatles tribute band. And they go through the progression of the Beatles music. So the first night on the ship, they had the entire set or the entire show in the theater. So you could go in the theater, fill the theater up. The theater holds a couple thousand people, so everybody could go in and enjoy it. And it showed, the whole show was like an hour and a half. Then each night in the Cavern Club, which is a very small venue, probably what, 200 people can fit in the Cavern Club? Yeah. Very small, intimate venue, and they do one set per night. So one night you'll go in and they'll be dressed in their little suits with their little skinny ties, all clean cut, doing the early Beatles. Then you go into the Sgt. Pepper Beatles. So it's pretty cool. Yellow
Submarine, you know. I mean, it feels like this little dark pub that you would go to in Liverpool, you know. It's got that same vibe and feel, so it is very intimate, like she said. So it's a cool way to experience the Beatles show. Yeah, it was really cool. I'm glad. And something else about the Cavern Club is there is the indoor Cavern Club and then there's the outdoor Cavern Club. So if you're just wanting a drink and you want that same fun vibe, you can go to the outdoor bar. Yeah, right on the waterfront. You can sit there and watch the ocean pass by. Yep. But super cool. They did it very well. I mean, it was like you were watching Paul McCartney, Ringo, and the guys. It was unreal. I remember the last night we were there, and the last night on the ship, we went to the Cavern Club and we watched them one more time. And the guy that brought them out said that they were so popular throughout the entire cruise, and it's true because it was literally shoulder to shoulder in that Cavern Club. It was awesome. They were awesome. Yeah. So definitely do not miss the Beatles. Highlight of the Bliss. And other entertainment, there is literally music everywhere. So they had a really fantastic piano player. Sometimes he'd play in the District Brew House, sometimes he'd play in the Observation Lounge, sometimes he would play in the atrium. What did we say? He was talent, not an entertainer. So he didn't put on that, I'm gonna tell jokes and play the piano. He was just stinking good. He was just singing, flat singing. I mean, amazing singer, great piano player, great musician. He was super fantastic. He did one thing and he did it great. Lots of entertainment. Plenty to go around. I was never bored. No. And one thing that was super cool on this ship is, okay, every ship has karaoke.
They did bandioki. So what that was the live band played the music and you could get up and sing with the band. And they did this in an atrium and the band was really good. So that band was from Colombia, I think?
Yeah, they were called Four Blue.
Yeah.
They were really cool. They were like Colombian guys, and they were fantastic band. We watched them in the Cavern Club as well, a couple of nights, but they also performed the bandioki in the atrium. And that was by far the funnest kind of karaoke I've ever done, because I'm a musician. I have a backing band, and it was like that same setup. I would go out there and I'd sing the song, and I had the band behind me, so it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of great entertainment. We did see a comedy show one night. They also do Prohibition the musical. Some of our mom and dad that were with us went and saw that. They said that was really good. Just so top-notch entertainment all over the show.
No doubt about it. Also, the food, very, very good. I like Norwegian food. I mean, like I tell everybody, is it 5-star stellar? Probably not. I don't even think I've had food that good. So I really can't compare it to that, but I can only compare it to other cruise ships, and I'm gonna say it's on the top tier so far. That being said, I had some things I didn't care for, but overall, I'm gonna say very good.
Yeah, absolutely. We did eat a lot in the buffet, breakfast pretty much every day in the buffet, lots of lunches in there. It's always, the buffet, the Garden Cafe is so big that there's such a variety in there, and the pizza is fantastic. So they don't have their own pizzeria on this ship, but they have pizza on the buffet, and it is phenomenal.
Yeah, my only complaint about the Garden Cafe is it closes at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's true, it does. So no late night snacks in there.
So, you know, after a few beers, we typically will run up to the Garden Cafe and kind of look around and nitpick a little bit and get some late night snacks before we go down to the cabin and call it in for a night. So my only complaint was it closes too early, and that pizza is good too. It's the best pizza I've had on a cruise ship so far.
It's fantastic.
But they close at 9 with the Garden Cafe.
But for late night snacks, you can go to the local. The local is open 24 hours a day, and it serves the same menu. It's got the same menu all day long, so you can go in there and get wings. 24 hours, 7 days a week. Wings, burgers, fish and chips. There's a lot of different things on the menu that you can get. Plus, there's a bar open 24 hours a day there too. So good. They do serve a breakfast menu. Other than that, it's the same menu all the time.
No doubt about it.
I will say we did not eat in any of the main dining rooms on the Bliss. There are 3 of them. It just never worked out where that's where we wanted to eat that night. What's cool about NCL is they have freestyle dining. You're not assigned to a dining room. You don't have to go here at a certain time. You can eat whenever you want, wherever you want.
Very convenient.
I love that. We had a specialty dining package because that's part of their free at sea. So we had 3 meals in specialty dining, which the food in the specialty dining is really, really good.
Yeah, I had no complaints there at all whatsoever. No. Cagney's Steakhouse was really, really good. I had a little rough spot there at Cagney's. They brought my steak out overcooked.
But they fixed it.
I told them, I like it medium rare, and they sent me another one, and it was cooked perfect. So, some things happen sometimes.
Yep.
But they corrected the mistake, and it was no problem.
Yep.
La Bistro was superb.
La Bistro is my favorite restaurant, hands down, on any cruise ship, any land restaurant, anywhere. It's phenomenal.
We had a fantastic eating experience there with the people that we were with. It was really a lot of fun, great atmosphere, and the service was stellar. Not to mention the food was great. Los Lobos, another great option. Excellent kind of southwestern kind of food. With a great view. We were sitting at the very back, and so at the aft of the ship, looking out at the ocean. Although we had a little bit of rough seas, and some people in our party were not feeling so good. Other than that, the dining experience was great.
Yeah. So when you walk in Los Lobos and you tell them you have a meal plan or a dining credit, they tell you how much you can get, and we're like, are you serious? Because we could get like 2 appetizers, 2 entrees and 2 desserts.
The food would just keep coming.
So much food, and there were 4 of us at the table, so we're like, okay, we're basically gonna order one of everything on the menu.
And we would just rotate them. We would just rotate them and share them and taste each other's plates, you know.
It was unbelievably good.
But that's fun. That's how you can make the best of that. You know, get one of everything, and everybody can try something. One of the best things is getting the tableside guacamole served up fresh right there, tableside. That was awesome.
Yeah, because he had the guacamole, and then I ordered the street corn, the Mexican street corn, and they brought it out, and it looked amazing. They said, would you like it off the cob? And I said, yes, please. Braces, yeah. So they took it and they shaved it all off the cob onto a plate, and you could just spoon it. Oh my God, it was delicious.
Yeah, food was great. Overall, my experience was really fantastic. You know, the cherry on top was we got to see Alaska. There was we were at the very last sailing of the season, and it was a little rough getting there, but once we got into the inside passage, that went away. And coming back, it wasn't near as bad.
Yeah.
It's hit and miss. You never know. Mother Nature you can't control, but I'm going to tell you what, I would do it all over again.
No. Something else I want to talk about is the cabins themselves. So we had a balcony cabin. There were 4 of us in this cabin, 2 adults, 2 teenagers, and I was a little nervous about that, thinking, that's a lot of people.
I thought it was fine.
We were fine. Yeah. We were fine. So me and Jason had the bed. One of the boys was on the sofa bed and one was on the pull down. I think they kind of took turns. So I'm not gonna say who was where. The balcony was a big balcony. All 4 of us were very comfortable out there together because our Glacier Bay day, we all 4 just hung out on the balcony.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I had a measuring tape, could measure the difference out or what it was, but it was definitely wider than what we experienced on Carnival or
on the Breakaway.
Yeah. It seemed like it was wider.
It was a deeper balcony.
Like from your sliding glass to the actual railing, it seemed wider. Don't know, could be us, but we had plenty of room.
Yeah. The beds were super comfortable. We had plenty of storage because, again, we were concerned 4 people and 4 people's stuff. Everything fit fine into that balcony cabin. We were concerned having 4 people's stuff, but no storage issues. Yeah. We didn't feel like we were tripping over each other.
Well, the kids they would go to the club. They would go to Entourage and stay gone pretty much half the day. They made friends. We would see them roaming the ship with the new friends that they made in the teen clubs. We would go to the cabin. They wouldn't be there. They would go to the cabin. We wouldn't be there. You know, we'd meet at night. We'd go to sleep. So, I mean, we just had a good rhythm going. Yeah.
Yeah, something else I'll say, and this is not specifically about the Bliss, but about Norwegian, is they have a great app. So the app will have everything that's in your daily planner is on the app, but you can communicate through the app. And I think it was $10 a person to activate the chat feature, but the chat was more than just texting. You could actually call people. You could leave voicemails. And it was intership, so I thought that was great because sometimes you would text and no answer, and you would text and no answer. I'm gonna think and call them. Okay, they answered the phone.
Yeah, it's very convenient, especially when you have some friends with you that you want to communicate with. You know, I want to go have a beer, and you know, I want to call my buddy Ryan, and he'd answer, and we'd go hang out, and vice versa. Yeah, it's nice to have that line of communication.
Yep, that's very convenient.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the activities on board. All right, so there are 2 water slides. There is a drop slide and a raft slide. There is laser tag, and there is go-karts. We did not get on the water slides because we were in Alaska.
It's cold, people.
We saw crazy people on those slides, but this was not happening.
Yeah, we saw some of those polar bears out there riding those slides, and hey, I'll give it to them. They're braver than me, and I'm just not gonna do that. It was just too cold, although it looked kind of fun.
Yeah, the water slides did look like a really good slide. We watched people on them, but we just didn't try them ourselves just because of the temperature.
You go up you get your inner tube, and you go up the stairs, and it's a big old round tube, and you sit on an inner tube and you go down nice and leisurely. Looks really fun. And then they have for all you guys or ladies that are thrill seekers, they have the drop slide. You could just stand there and the floor will just drop out and you just go down the slide.
Laser tag. Me and Jason did not do laser tag, but the boys did. They said it was a lot of fun. We have done laser tag on some of the other ships, and it really is a lot of fun.
We did the laser tag on the Joy. Yeah. And it was so much fun. I was skeptical. I was like, laser tags for kids. Man, we had a great time.
And it's a workout.
Not to mention, you meet a lot of people that you'll see throughout the ship. So you kind of make some friends, along the way.
Yeah, you're a team. You become a team. Yeah. And so you make your teammates. That's cool.
Yeah, our team went down and had shots after we kicked the other team's butt.
Okay, the go-karts. All right. Here's my one negative on this ship, and that's the go-karts. Number one, yeah, the go-karts are cool. They're fun.
Sure.
But they're $15 a person for a 10-minute ride. That's overpriced in my opinion.
Which is okay if they would quit governing them. They'd stop and start, even stop. They'd let you go and then they'd slow you down. They'd let you go and then they'd slow you down. Anytime somebody'd kind of break the rules, they have certain rules that you got to abide by. And there's always somebody that breaks the rules. Well, if it breaks the rules, then they stop you or slow you down. So half of your trip or half of your time is spent slowing down because other people are breaking the rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
No lockers.
That's my big rant. Okay, so April had a purse, one of those little across the body purses.
Friends of ours that were with us.
I had my camera because that camera goes everywhere with me, okay? There's nowhere to put your stuff. They said, well, you have to carry it back to your cabin. They didn't tell us that when we made the reservations. And they don't provide lockers.
And they
which
don't.
Is why I don't understand.
And we did not see, we could be wrong, but we did not see when you're standing in line waiting or anywhere in the vicinity before you get on the go-karts, a sign that said, no lockers. If you have XYZ, you cannot ride.
Right. So I took one for the team. I held everybody's stuff so they could ride because we didn't have time to go back to the cabin and drive.
Mad.
I was pissed. And then you go up to deck 20 where the observation deck is, and there's a set of lockers sitting there that aren't being used. Talk about me going about through the roof. Anyway, that's my little rant for the day.
Such a complainer.
That's my only complaint about this ship is I don't think, yes, the go-karts are a cool novelty concept. Are they necessary? No. Did they enhance our cruising experience?
No, not even close. I personally, I think it's neat. We done it, but I really think they could have came up with something better. Just my opinion. I think, to see a go-kart track or to hear about a go-kart track on a ship intrigues the customer and makes you want to go see it. I think maybe that's the catch, or that was the reason behind it. But I'm going to tell you, go-karts try it for yourself. But it's go-karts on a ship, but half the time you're not even really going fast.
No, and it's a one and done kind of thing. I mean, you're gonna do this once on the cruise. You're not gonna go, oh, I'm gonna go ride the go-karts every day. Yes, you can buy a pass to ride all week. I just don't think that's something we would ever do.
Well.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So that's just lots and lots and lots of positive about this ship. One little bitty negative, and it's just a personal opinion is really all that is.
Yeah.
So would you recommend someone go cruise on the Norwegian Bliss?
Oh, of course, 100%. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Those people that have been on other ships are, loyal to, say, Carnival or Royal Caribbean. If you do a Norwegian ship, it's going to be different than what you're used to. All we sailed at first was Carnival. It's kind of all we knew, and we just kind of stuck with that. But some opportunities came our way, and we decided to jump on an NCL ship, and we love those as well. We love Carnival. We love Norwegian for different reasons, but absolutely 100%.
Oh yeah, I completely second his opinion. It was a great ship. It was a great cruising experience. we just had a great time, and I could definitely go back on that ship again. All right, so this wraps up our review of the Norwegian Bliss. If you've been on this ship, leave us a comment down below and tell us your favorite thing about the Norwegian Bliss. And if you're about to travel on the Bliss, let us know when you're going.
Yeah, let us know your likes or dislikes. We would love to hear from you. Anyway, thanks for coming along, and until next time, happy cruising.
Bye.
Bye.